Hey, it's Sam, and I'm making a quick video here about the 2022 Vedic Astrology forecast and what you can expect in 2022 based on Vedic Astrology. I have a video that you can get access to more than an hour long of the 10 most important shifts that you need to know in order to really get the most out of 2022. There's a link here. Go ahead and click it. Go to the website and just register for free. I'm going to talk in this video about those 10 shifts real quick so you can get an overview. First of all, we're going to have Mercury, which is the planet of intelligence, discrimination, in Earth signs for 6 months in 2022. That means that his forward and retrograde motions are going to take place for half the year. He's going to wind up being in either Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, which are very powerful signs for Mercury because Mercury, again, it's about being practical, organizing things, thinking clearly. So that's going to be really good. Then we're going to also have Venus turning direct. Venus starts the year retrograde in Capricorn, or actually he goes retrograde from Capricorn into Sagittarius. But on January 29th, Venus turns direct in Sagittarius, starts moving forward. We're going to start the year with a lot of relationship, concerns and confusions and things like that. But Venus is going to turn direct on January 29th, and we're going to start to feel more confident and moving forward more easily in our relationships. Again, I talk about this in great detail in the free, hour and 15-minute course on that. Go ahead and click that and register for it. Just giving an overview of what I cover, though. We also have the lunar nodes, Rahu and Ketu, changing signs in 2022. They're moving from where they are currently, from Rahu in Taurus and Ketu in Scorpio. They're moving into the Aries Libra axis. So we'll have a year and a half of Rahu in Aries and Ketu in Libra. This could be quite explosive. In fact, it could even lead to wars and things exploding and military buildups and stuff. This is really not very auspicious. So again, I talk about it in great detail in the free class, in the long class. But we also have some very auspicious shifts as well. In particular, Jupiter moving into Pisces April 13th, and for the entire year into 2023. Jupiter is in his own sign in Pisces. So Pisces is that mystical, spiritual sign, and Jupiter is the ruler. So from April 13th of 2022 until April 2023, Jupiter is in Pisces, very auspicious. So again, I'm also going to talk about that shift for all 12 signs, including yours, in the free long class that you see linked here. So again, you want to know how that Jupiter in Pisces will affect you. So if you're a Cancer, it's going to affect you differently than if you're a Libra. If you're Cancer, it's going through your 9th house. If you're Libra, it's going through your 6th house, and it rules also the 3rd house. So again, I talk about that in great detail for all 12 signs on that long course. So go ahead and register for that. But Jupiter in Pisces will be fantastic shift for all of our spiritual life, our teachings, and things like that. But then we also have Saturn moving into Aquarius. He's going to poke his head in Aquarius the end of April, April 28th until the middle of July. Now Saturn is the ruler of Aquarius. Again, he's just going to poke his head in there and then go retrograde back into Capricorn. But this is going to be a foreshadowing of the next couple years, because Saturn then officially moves into Aquarius for good in 2023. But we're going to get this sort of break because Saturn has been in Capricorn since early 2020. He's going to poke his head into Aquarius. It'll be a nice break from the Saturn and Capricorn intensity for a couple months and bring a more kind of universalizing of our energies at that time. But then we start getting into the eclipses in the spring. The first eclipse is in Aries on April 30th, and that's a solar eclipse in Aries, and the sun is eclipsed by the North Node, and it's in Bharani Nakshatra. Again, this is the part of Aries that's about consequences. It could be, a pretty stressful time. We have some pretty fiery eclipses, like I said, with the lunar nodes moving into Aries and Libra. That first eclipse in April, at the end of April, will be in Bharani Nakshatra, where the Sun and Rahu are there. Again, you want to know about this in great detail. Join the free class. Now, especially later on, then we have Mars and Rahu are very close in Aries. That's going to happen in the summer. So in the middle of the summer 2022, again, this could be some very explosive, fiery events. This is quite a dangerous time, in fact. There's some times in 2022 could be quite dangerous, especially this time around the summer where you have Mars and Rahu both in Aries. They get very close from about July 16th until the middle of August. You want to know about this. So again, I discuss it in full detail in the 2022 Vedic Astrology forecast. Then we have a long retrograde cycle with both Jupiter and Saturn retrograde from July 28th until October 22nd. So when both of these planets go retrograde at the same time, it's a time to both reflect on our teachings and our higher purpose, and also reflect on our commitments and duties. So again, this is an important retrograde cycle where both Jupiter and Saturn are retrograde at the same time, and they're both in good signs. Saturn is in his signs and Jupiter is in Pisces, so this is quite auspicious as well. Then we get another solar eclipse later in the year on October 25th. We have the Sun eclipsed in Libra by the South Node. Now this is a debilitated Sun, and again, this could be a time also of some real stressful personal times, but also some dangerous world events where, where our power structures get eclipsed, financially and other kinds of things could be stressed and pressured at that time, especially. So again, that's in the nakshatra of Swati, which is about scattering energy like the wind. So that's also very important. And then we have a long Mars retrograde cycle, which starts at the end of October in the sign of Gemini, and then it goes back into Taurus and goes into 2023. So we end the year end of October and into the next year with a Mars retrograde cycle in Gemini and Taurus. So again, this is also going to be very important to understand as it relates to arguing and your means of speech and communication. So again, these 10 important shifts in 2022 are going to be very pivotal, and you can just join the web class. It's free, 2022vedicastrology.com, and you can sign up for that, and you'll also find out for how you will experience that Jupiter in Pisces transit, because I'm going to talk about that for each of the 12 signs, including yours. So that should really help take care of you in 2022. So a lot of twists and turns ahead, and also some real intense energies, especially with the nodes moving and other things. So thanks for listening, and go ahead and make sure to register for the 2022 Vedic Astrology forecast.